Hey guys, this is Rob Caputo. I'm here with Ray Mauceri and his beautiful 1955 Ford F-100 Custom. This thing is immaculate. It's amazing. I can't wait to talk to him about it. He's done pretty much everything. I think everything on this car. Everything from the body work to the chassis, the engine work, interior. And I'm really excited to meet up with him. He has a mutual friend of mine, and that's how I found him on social media, and I can't wait to sit down and talk to him about this thing, walk around and check out the engine and hear this thing purr. So as they say in Boston, this thing is wicked cool. Sorry, Mark Wahlberg, but this thing is really cool, wicked cool. So let's get right to it. This is Talking with Cars. Hey Ray, how's it going?
Yeah, it's great.
Good, good. Hey, listen, I'm very thankful that you're allowing me to come out here on your Sunday morning to talk to you about this car. So I really appreciate it. This thing is really immaculate. It's excellent. And I'd really want to learn a little bit more about it. So Ray, tell us all about it. Tell us where you found it and how you got it from ashes to where it's at today.
Well, this came to me through a friend of mine that I was raised since 2 years old. He had it. It's kind of circled around in his family for years. And then finally I got a phone call one day and saying, I have a piece of junk down here. Do you want it? Because I'm going to take it to the scrap yard.
Okay.
So be that as may, I said to him, yeah, I'll take it. So I brought it home and wound up throwing the bed out that was rotted. So I was left with just basically a cab. There was no front end on it. No, I had two hoods for it. The fenders were gone. So basically it was a basket case. So there we started from there. So we built the chassis, and he had a motor. The motor that's in this truck was originally in this truck over 50 years ago.
Wow.
So he said, he neglected to give me the motor, and then he said, yeah, I'll come up off of it, you can have it. So I went down to Edison and picked up the motor, brought it home, and then I started to rebuild it.
Okay.
So I rebuilt the motor here in my garage, and then we went from there. And then the design started because this is what I call a mutt.
Yeah, this is a custom, a true custom, right?
It's a real street rod type of atmosphere because street rods are built, as they were years ago, built from many cars. People would find parts that fit other stuff and make it work.
Okay.
You don't find that anymore.
No, not at all.
The parts are readily available to build these things.
Where did you find this new bed?
The bed is, actually the bed came from a truck in Colorado.
Oh, wow.
It was completely white, painted and everything. A friend of mine has a 56, which this bed is the same all the way up to 79.
Okay.
For Ford. And had no wood.
Yeah,
so
I didn't have any of that in there.
I redid everything.
That's amazing.
There was a consideration of buying a new bed, which you can buy a new bed which comes in 3 pieces and no tailgate, and then the tailgate that is on here is all pre-made by me because they sell this cover, and the tailgate was pretty much shot.
Okay.
I cut out the middle section, put a pipe through, welded it through, put a cover over it, and covered the inside with steel.
Okay, yeah.
And
so it's all smooth and yeah, that's really, and you've done all this work yourself?
yes. These are actually $400 to buy.
Yeah.
And they come just naked, you know.
Just like that, yeah, exactly.
I didn't want to put bumpers on the car.
No, I don't blame
except for
you.
the front one.
It really lends to a nice clean look.
So I bought the roll pan. That was an aftermarket part. The truck has a 350 Chevy motor in it with a turbo 350 trans behind it.
All right.
Automatic.
So we're going to have to listen to that later.
And the rear in the truck is the original rear.
Is the original rear end?
Yeah, they came with 390 gears.
Okay.
And that's a real, it was a farm truck years ago. So it's not meant for highway. You know, the engine's screaming if you're driving with a 390 rear. So I actually found somebody out in Washington State that was making gears for this.
Okay.
So I did change the gears to a 308.
So the gear ratio is set up so you can drive it on the highway. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and comfortably.
before it shifted so fast, you didn't even know it was a 3-speed.
But it gave you that torque and everything you needed for
Yeah.
for the farm. Oh, that's excellent.
It did, yeah. So basically, it's been dropped a little bit. The front has a aftermarket straight axle. It's a tube axle with machined ends. It's dropped 3.5 inches.
Okay. So it's 3.5 inches in front,
In the
and
front.
then in the rear it's
In the rear, it's just about an inch,
About an
inch
inch.
and a half. You can flip the spring perches over and reverse them, and it drops it lower.
yeah. No, but I like this the way that's set up right now. It kind of like leans forward and it kind of gives you a more aggressive look. You know, I like that. Can we take a look at the engine?
Sure.
Awesome.
The hoods on these things are another story. A lot of people complain because years ago, this is as high as it goes.
Okay.
So a lot of the mechanics said, it was hitting their head on these things. Yeah, and I've hit
lot
one
of
a number of
headaches.
times. So I can understand, I can appreciate the pain.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well, that's
you
pretty-
can buy a reversed hood kit for this, which would make it open this way. Or you can buy hinges, machine hinges that are like $900 they sell them for, so that it closes in a different way.
in a different way. Okay. No, but it fits in there. I mean, the engine fits in perfectly.
There's a lot of
plenty
room in here, yeah. The master cylinder is out of a Toyota SR5,
Really?
86 Toyota SR5.
I didn't expect
When I was
that.
thinking about the swing pedals for this, because these had through the floor pedals,
Okay.
the master cylinder was underneath the truck. And I saw this Toyota in the junkyard. It had rear drum brakes and front disc brakes. So I
Oh.
said, it's going to work.
Yeah.
And it was a shot in the dark, but it did work. The
So you
brakes
took
are
it a
perfect.
shot. I mean, where did you get the idea from?
Well, I had a Model A street rod before this years
Okay.
ago. Normally, when you mix a brake combination that it didn't have, if you have total drum, your lines are usually the same. There's no valves, residual valves, or adjustable proportioning valves to equal the pressure. This, it just worked out.
It just worked. That's excellent. That's pretty cool. And the front end, I mean, look, the work that you did on this, I mean, this is really clean. And I mean, this is the first thing I saw when I came in. It's just so nice. But like, what did you do with this? I mean, how much of this is original? How much of this is custom?
This grill I bought from a guy up on Montana Mountain here.
Okay.
Actually, and this piece is original. It was welded on. There was body work done to it. Not a lot, but you needed that. This was original. I had to re-support the inside of it with welds, and stripped it and painted it. I mean, it's
And the
all this
headlights?
stuff. All this stuff is all original.
That's all
Those are
original?
original headlights
Wow.
that came with it. The signal lights are aftermarket.
But they integrate so well. I mean, so is this
Well, they're
housing
made
and
to fit
everything?
this truck. They're
Okay.
they're quite a project to get in there when you have a truck that's painted, and they kind of have to be forced in there to be settled down,
Okay.
and without trying to scratch the new paint.
Yeah. That's really nice. It's sharp. And all the emblems and all the badges and stuff like that, are they
They're original. Yeah,
Wow.
I just repainted the red and painted silver here,
Yeah.
and the same. This is that V8 is original.
Yeah, you can see even like the original pitting and
Right,
stuff like that. You know
right.
so you know that's original. Cool. Can we hear it run?
Sure.
Awesome. I love that classic Chevy sound.
Yeah,
right?
well, it's a cam. There's a crane cam in this thing.
There's a cam in
Yeah,
that?
an older crane cam they used years ago. It had a fireball cam. It's got solid lifters in it.
Okay.
That's what was in the motor when I got it. So I kept it.
You kept it.
It was in great shape, so I kept it
Awesome.
and made it work.
Perfect. It sounds so smooth. It really does. And you did all the engine work yourself? Every bit of it? That's great. And all the electrical wiring, I mean, how much of that did you have to redo?
Oh, it had none in it.
None in it? You had to basically rebuild the wire harness and everything?
The column is the GM column.
Okay.
It's out of a 68 Trans Am. It's a tilt column.
Oh, let's check that out.
This stuff, I made all this. The column drop. And
that's really nice.
yeah, this is again another junkyard part that I redid.
And in terms of like seating position and all that kind of stuff, very comfortable, right?
It's tricky.
Tricky?
I gotta tell you, this seat is out of a Ford Ranger.
Okay, a Ford
like an
Ranger?
86 Ford Ranger.
Oh, wow.
I recovered it. I've had 3 seats in this thing. I had bucket seats in this thing, and then I wound up with this seat.
With this.
The original seat is flatter and stands up straighter in the back, which gives you more room. And this is a little bit tight, but it's fine for me.
Yeah.
And it's
it looks comfortable.
It's comfortable, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely looks plush. I love the dye. I love the fact that it's got the Mickey ears on it.
That's my daughter. It was a gift from my daughter. It was
Nice.
you had to have this for your truck. And it has to be in there, so.
Sure. And all the interior leather and all that?
No, that's vinyl.
That's vinyl.
These door panels are from LMC Truck.
LMC?
They come just like that.
Yeah, I remember
These are separate. These are separate. Everything is separate.
Cool.
The glass is from mid-50s in Arizona.
Okay.
It's a real trick putting that in. All your hands inside the door between trying to work around the regulator and the glass.
Yeah.
Try not to break
There's
it.
not a lot of room.
No. No. The only thing I did not do on this truck was put this back glass in or the front windshield, because that's an art. It's actually done with a rope put inside the channel, and you have to have somebody on the outside and somebody on the inside pushing and pulling the rope to settle to get that glass in a rubber channel.
Oh, it makes sense.
My first attempt was a window I bought from a guy in Washington. I didn't have a bed on it. I had a blanket on the chassis. The window fell out, smashed, and I called the guy. I said, "That's it. We're calling the glass guy.
We're calling the glass company.
Calling the glass guy."
Well, that's pretty incredible, Ray. I mean, the work and obviously the blood, sweat, and tears that went into putting this thing together must have been. I mean, how many years did it take?
12.
12 years total.
And the reason it took 12 years is because the kids were young. You buy some parts.
Right.
You do some work. You save some money. You buy more parts.
You do it like a little at a time.
You do some work.
Yeah.
And then you collect parts, and then it's trial and error.
Yeah.
Is this going to fit? You put it in, that don't fit. Well, you get something else.
And nothing ever fits perfectly, right? You're always going to have to customize something.
That's the misconception. Anybody who's ever built anything, you can ask them about aftermarket parts, and not to knock the aftermarket parts. They're great. But it depends on who makes them.
True.
And when you get them, the old saying is, nothing fits.
Nothing fits.
You're going to make it fit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, very cool. Well, Ray, I do appreciate it. I know you're taking some time out of your day on a Sunday morning. I'm used to being like cuddled up in the bed, Sunday morning. But I really enjoy doing this and meeting with everyone, making new friends and stuff like that. In the car industry, and I really appreciate what you've done here. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
And I can't wait to see you at the next car show.
I'll be there.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.